Okay, today we're going to look at blocking with the stick, or more accurately, deflecting the attack with the stick. A lot of people, when they hear the word block, they think of a static, kind of waiting for the attack and sort of building up a structure to absorb that or block it. But the thing is, in the Filipino martial arts, there's more of the idea of a dynamic block, which is just more functional for several reasons. First, you have to think of what your goal is when you're defending against an attack. Your goal is to knock his stick off target. It's not just to wait for it. Now notice I'm sitting still too, then here I stay. I mean, as it goes through, even if I'm successful, I'm not in a position really to hit until I draw my stick back and hit. So the second reason why a dynamic block is more effective is that it has follow through where you're coming through. You find yourself on the completion of the deflection, right in position to hit. But again, getting back to the difference between dynamic and a static block. Static blocks just aren't as functional because you're not covering the same area. Now think about the area of space where he's attacking. Think about as he's hitting, it starts here. If he's doing an angle 1, it starts up here and it's going to finish down there. Go ahead and swing through. Now those 2 points we can't change. You can't change where an angle starts and where the strike finishes. It's the path along the way. You're going to knock it off path, but then it's going to find its way back on path. That's really important to understand. And so what my block does is it knocks it off course temporarily so that it creates this bubble where he was intending to hit me, and then it finds its way back on path when it's completing the strike. So if you were to look at a strike at regular speed, what's really happening is that I'm pulling it through, and his stick would go through and it would hit me. And right about here, boom, it's going like this, and then going right back on path again. So a static block really won't achieve quite the same end, and he'll tend to see it, and he might hit somewhere else. But also, again, it just doesn't put you in position to hit it back. And this goes back to really the main imperative behind defense is to facilitate offense. It's really important to see that you're blocking or deflecting his attack in order to set up your follow-up attack. So as we're training here, very common to deal with 1s and 2s. He feeds a 1, I'm hitting 1. And then he does a 2, and I'm doing my umbrella and hitting with a 2. So you're always looking at the follow-up, and you have more continuity in your motion when he's hitting. Just hit again, he comes in, deflecting again. It's a little crowded there. But again, the idea is that you're coming forward in what might start out as a hit. All right? I might be starting as a hit, he's hitting, I deflect, I'm hitting again. Boom, we're meeting up that way. And I might be coming in, this time he's chambered for a 2. And I'm coming, I was going to come in for an angle 1 or a 3. Instead, I come up with the umbrella and then I hit. So there's this idea that when I'm charging, boom, boom, I'm hitting, I'm deflecting, boom. There's just a continuous offense, sometimes defense, depending on what is in my way. I deflect to knock things out of my way, and then I hit again. You always follow up. You tend to advance. Your goal is to break past this barrier where his stick is to where you can hit an arm, hit his torso, hit his head. And so once you've broken past that, you've got to keep it rolling because it's that second, sometimes that third shot that finally gets through.